So here we are again with a Sofabaton remote, a smart remote. This is the Sofabaton U2. And if you guys are familiar with the channel, we've had a lot of different Sofabaton remotes, including the new X1 remote that we reviewed on the channel. We thought that this would be a very nice replacement for the ever so loved Logitech Harmony remotes. The X1 had a very bad start, and quickly Sofabaton made some updates and changes that made the remote one of the best remotes to buy if you're looking for a total package in one remote. Now we are here with the U2 remote that we're going to unbox. Sofabaton did send this out to me for review, so we're going to pop this open and see if this is a worthy enough remote to replace your Logitech Harmony now that Logitech is now out of the Universal remote game. So if this is anything like the X1, which I think it will be, this should be a pretty good remote. And we have gone through setup before on the channel. I probably won't go through setup in this video. I'll leave a link in the description or the card above of a video where I've gone through setting up the app and such. I don't want to do that again since I've done it before, but I will talk about this remote in depth. So we do have the U2 manual. This will show you how to download the app and get it set up. You do need the app to use this device. So you need a tablet or maybe a computer if you can download apps on it, or your phone will do just fine. This manual will show you how to set it up. We have the remote here all on its own. And this remote, actually, I really like everything but a couple things, which we'll get to. The remote's a really good, healthy weight, and it feels pretty good in the palm. So you're not going to have any issues reaching most buttons for most hands. My hands are on the smaller side, but I can reach all of the functions that I desire. So all of my main keys, like volume up and down, the OK button, channel up and down, mute, go back, menu, turn on, turn off, source, it's all within thumb's reach. Some of my buttons that I may not use, like my hotkeys, for example, are towards the bottom, but it's just a shift of the hand and I can get around the remote. Now there is a screen on this remote. It is an OLED screen that allows you to see all your inputs, your sources, everything that you want to have connected will show up on this screen. Now it's not a touchscreen, unfortunately, which is one of my complaints. It's not a touchscreen, but it does have a wheel here that you can use to scroll through menus. Now this wheel here cannot be clicked. It's just a scroll wheel to scroll through your menus, but you'll have to use the OK button to select something. So we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Now, I always love it when manufacturers bring you some batteries, even though it's not too hard to find some or to get some. It's always nice when they package them already. Now, here is what is on the inside. Absolutely nothing. Biggest difference from the U2 remote and the X1 remote that I also still have is the hub. The X1 uses a hub, kind of like the Logitech Harmony remotes, to allow you to connect all your devices and control them even if the remote is out of sight. So the hub, you can hide behind a wall or put it inside an entertainment center, and you'll have an IR blaster that you can place outside so that your remote still sends signal to everything that you want to control. This does not have a hub, so this is going to need direct line of sight to your source, or you're going to have to use Bluetooth like Amazon Fire Sticks do, or Fire TV Cubes. Amazon products use their remotes like this. These remotes are Bluetooth, so you can Bluetooth your remote to devices like a Fire Stick or maybe even a Roku stick by chance. But other devices like a TV, a receiver or some sort, you're probably going to have direct line of sight, but we're going to go ahead and test that here now. So the X1 remote that we reviewed before does not use batteries. What it uses is USB Type-C to charge the internal battery inside of it. So this one's going to use actual batteries, which is just fine. It'll tell you when they're going to die. It's easy to swap out. Don't have to plug it in or anything like that. So now we have power to our remote. And there is a screen on here that will tell you exactly what needs to be done. And so we have our manual. Let's go ahead and grab my phone here. And I'm going to put it on screen recording mode. And we'll go ahead and let's try to set it up. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, put our batteries in, but you can take your phone's camera and you can just scan the QR code on the manual itself and it will take you straight to the app to install. So we're going to go ahead and install this app. Should not take but a second with my Wi-Fi, and we'll hit open. And now we're going to connect our remotes. Now, if you have a Sofabaton device and you already have an email and password, use that. If not, you can set one up. I believe I still have mine. I don't remember it. We got a fingerprint here. Let's do that. And we'll hit log in. So I have the X1 remote already on here. Really nice remote. We're going to use the U1 or the U2. This is the U2. It wants us to enable our Bluetooth, so we'll go ahead and turn that on as well. So we're going to try to find our remote here. So we have Bluetooth enabled, right? There we go. So let's go back to the app and open it. All right, so we're going to, while using the app, allow device to be found. We've already purchased it. It says press and hold the hyphen button and the E button at the same time until the screen reads pairing. So hyphen button looks like, let's see if we can find it here, at the very bottom, and the E. It found it, so let's go ahead and hit connect. Alright, so we're connected successfully, very easily. Alright, so we are in the United States, already has that checked for me. We're going to hit done. Let's add devices. So now this is where we can add all of our devices we plan to use. Let's just start off with the Fire TV. And we can choose device icons. I'm actually going to choose that Amazon icon there. It makes the most sense. So our Fire TV, let's make sure this is the Fire TV Cube. Fire TV Cube. There's done. Let's hit continue. As Bluetooth can only pair with one device at a time, the U1 remote will disconnect with your phone if you continue to the next step. All right, so we're going to hit next. Using your Fire TV remote, navigate. So this is where you go to your Amazon device and click Bluetooth or devices, and you can add another remote. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera really quickly. All right, so we have actually paired it really quickly. It did take me a couple tries, but after the second or third attempt, it did connect. I'll try to point you guys up to the screen there so you guys can see. I'm going to grab the Sofabaton remote here. It says that I'm connected. So as you guys can see, I'm pressing the buttons here and moving it. I should be able to hit the back button and go all the way back. Home button takes me back to the home. Let's see here. So nice. And I have it set up to control my AVR or my AVM70. So I'm turning up the volume and everything too. So it looks like we have that set up very, very simply. Let's see if we can connect it to my AVM70 MIP processor next. So if you want to add some more devices, what you want to do is go back to devices where you set up the Fire TV Cube in this example, hit add at the top right corner, and let's see what we can do now. So let's type in the manufacturer box, let's go ahead and type in Anthem, and then in the model number, we're going to put AVM70. And we're going to hit search. And we're going to pick a device icon. I guess this one here will be fine. We'll hit next. Let's sync the code to your remote and you are ready to rock and roll. Please do not close this window. So it wants me to grab probably my AVM70 remote maybe. Let's see what happens. Using IR code to your remote, uploading IR code. Let's see what happens after this bar is filled. Curious to see if this works or not. All right, upload success. You can customize it. Okay, so it says that I'm connected. So let's point. So we're pointed at the screen. I'm going to select the AVM70 on the remote here. So let's see. If I turn the volume up, nothing happens at all. We're getting no input at all. So I don't have direct line of sight. My closet is over there. I'm going to open it up and see if that changes anything. It does. So it found it very easily. I should be able to kind of get through some menus, change my sources. Oh yeah, I can. That's very cool. So it's working absolutely perfectly. I'm able to change my sources. I can change the volume. I can go to my menus, all without just putting the name and the model number. It found it instantly. So let's try one more test. So this one's going to be a tough one. So I have my Samsung LSP9T. That's my projector, my ultra short throw projector. I'm going to try to get it too. So we're going to hit done on there. Let's go and add another device. And let's search for Samsung. I'm very curious to see if this one works. Samsung. And let's do LSP9T. That is my model number. We're going to hit search. Can't find, let's see. Search device, blah, blah, blah. It's a Samsung projector. All right, point the U1 towards your device. Okay, so let's point the camera up. My Samsung projector is right there behind me. So it says point the U1 remote towards your device. You need to test the commands. All right, so let's hit next. Press the power button. So the remote sends IR commands to your device to test if it works or not. Power code IR1. Okay, that's fine. So what do we need to do? Press the button below. Power, I guess. Is that what it wants me to do? Okay, so it looks like I press it on the screen itself. Okay, so that one didn't work. No. Switching to number 2, power. Nothing. We'll hit no. Let's try power for code number 3. Nothing worked there. Okay, let's see what happens now. Please provide your equipment model. We will be in 3 working days to adapt. Okay, so it looks like if you have a device that's not supported, if you type in your model name, LSP9T, you can send it. Let's see. I don't remember what email I used. I think it's this one. If you send it to them, then that's something they can add in the future. So it looks like that didn't work. I do want to try it one more time and see if maybe it was my fault. So let's go back. Hey, Editing Kyle here. So I actually went to Samsung's website and typed in LSP9T to get the full model number for the projector. It's actually different. It's not called the Premier LSP9T. It's something different. It's shorter. But that also did not work. It did not matter. So I was able to send that email to Sofabaton to get that added to its database. But what you can do for devices that you can't find via model number, you can actually use the device's stock remote, its factory remote, and pair it with your Sofabaton remote and let your remote learn each other through IR. So there is a way around it. So now we have 2 devices in my remote. I have my Fire TV Cube, and then I have my AVM70 from Anthem. And the way you select it is with this wheel here. You can switch between the 2, and then boom, you're there. So now I'm controlling the AVM70, or I can switch it and control the Fire Cube. So very easy. You can program these buttons, and you're going to want to do that in your app. So if you go to your devices within your app, we'll click on AVM70, you can change the device name, device icon, or the remote keys here. So you can customize what each of these buttons do. So you can make some of these hotkeys. It's really, really simple to do. I absolutely think it's probably as straightforward as possible. Let's see what happens if I go to the Fire TV Cube here, remote keys here. I can do the same thing. It shows me what keys are available, and I can change them. So I can customize these to do what I like. So really straightforward remote. It's really nice to see. I wish that, I guess it's good for what it is. The X1 has a hub, so you can access your devices behind closed doors, behind a closet, behind a cabinet space. This one operates pretty much the same way, a little less features, but still gets the job done as well. So the U1 is a really nice remote. I'm actually impressed with this remote. It's actually not hard at all to use. All right, so what are my thoughts on this remote? I actually really, really like it. Really simple remote to use. You guys saw that it set up with my AVM70 in no time, and it did my Fire TV Cube in no time as well. Some newer products like the Samsung LSP9T, for example, did have trouble. It may be me inputting the wrong model number, or may just be too new on the market, but it's very cool that if you have a device that is not in their database, you can send them the make and model, and then they'll update it for you guys over time so that more things become a part of this remote. And then again, tons of buttons to configure just like you like it. So any hotkeys, you can make this Netflix, green one could be Hulu, yellow one could be Amazon Prime, blue one could be Disney Plus, whatever you want to do, you have them at your leisure. And then all your main buttons, volume up and down, mute, go back, channel up and down, home screen, menu button, source button is all within most people's thumb's reach. So I really like what Sofabaton has going here. Now, how does this compare to the X1 versus the U2? I absolutely love the X1. They've done great things with that over time with the updates. And I think the X1 is the better buy just because you can connect to more devices out of sight. But if all your devices are right here in front of you, save yourself some money and you have just the same remote essentially. It's just the same as the X1, just a little bit less features as far as the hub goes, a little bit different of a design, but all of the same necessities are all here. So again, very good remote. I think this is a worthy successor to the Logitech Harmony system, which I'll actually grab really quickly for you. This is my Logitech Harmony remote here. I've been using this for years, probably 6 years plus. So here it is down here. Touchscreen color, you just can't beat that. Hopefully Sofabaton will make something like this, and then they'll really take the market by storm. But I really think Sofabaton has some good things going for them right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you're using universal remotes right now. What universal remote have you chose since you can't buy Harmony from Logitech? What are your go-to remotes? Please tell us down below in the comment section. Hit that like button and subscribe if you're not already. We will see you guys in the next video. And remember, there is a link to this down below in the description if you want to pick up your own. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. K-Pace Guy out. Peace.
You can say I lost my mind. I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.